Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We're twin flames in union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 31, called The Meeting and the Melding. Very exciting stuff.
So anyway, where are we? We're at a place called North Glenmore Park in Calgary.
Crazy spots again.
Yeah, this is where when we start to meet, this is often where we would meet, just because it was convenient and more or less halfway in between where we both lived. I would normally pick up the computer and give you a little bit of a panoramic, but we are perched on the side of our steepest hill ever, and you'll see us squirming around trying to stay in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But all will be good. We've also got a little bit of wind on the go and a little bit of cloud, and hopefully we can get through all this without a little bit of rain.
Oh, we're crossing our fingers.
Earlier we had a little bit of ants. We set up about 20 feet, 25 feet that way. And I looked down and all of a sudden my foot was covered in ants, and that created a little bit of moving. But then when we started to move, I was even covered even worse. I must have stepped on the main part of an anthill somewhere. Yeah. So we'll also be looking around for little critters.
Yes. We had hoped for better weather to do this. It was supposed to be a beautiful sunny day, but weather has changed, and this is our only opportunity this weekend for some decent weather, so we're giving it a shot, and hopefully it's going to work.
Yeah, we got rainstorms tomorrow,
yeah.
So no, this is the only dry time.
Yep.
Okay, for the recap.
Yes.
Of last week. Last week was a big week. In fact, all these weeks coming up seem to be just a little bit bigger because they're into the meat and potatoes of us actually getting back / staying back together.
Yeah.
So last week, after Angie and I exchanged I love yous on the Saturday, she told me we were twin flames. We had very little communication for the next few days. When all we communicated about on the Monday after was license plates, relating to our license plate game, Angie felt very discouraged and hopeless, thinking that all the energy that she had poured into me for the past 6 months had all been for nothing.
Yes.
On Tuesday, November 11th, 2014, I started awakening in a conscious way, and I started sharing and having claircognizance realizations. That was a little odd because thoughts would come to me with the thought of twin flames, and they would be close to being very, very accurate, yet I had no descriptions of what twin flame ideologies were before that. So clearly, I had understandings that I had never really paid attention to before.
You hadn't read a single thing, and yet you were telling me stuff. It was amazing. Yep.
Okay.
So before we get into the actual video this time, I just wanted to say a couple thank yous. Again, you guys, your comments are always so nice and so kind, so just really wanted to say thank you for that. Some of you have even commented, you know, how we've been sharing as part of our journey. Patricia McNeely was very much a part of my, you know, sort of help in getting through some of this challenging stuff. And I have to tell you how honored I feel. I've had, I think, probably 3 or 4 of you now that have said that we are your Patricia McNeely. So I can't even tell you how kind that is. My heart just like melts when you say that, because I know how much of a difference she made in my journey. So to know that we're making a difference in your journey is just such an honor.
And we don't really know how that chemistry truly comes together. We're just sharing our story, but we have heard so many comments of people that say, hey, we're going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And it just causes us to just keep on going.
Yes, yes.
And honest. In spite of ants and the odd times that a spider has attacked me, you haven't seen that yet. When we're all done this, we're going to do a bloopers video.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, there's a few of them. And it is total fun.
Yeah. And it's funny, some of your comments have also been about numbers, because, you know, we've been sharing about the 11/11 day and all of the numbers that go with that. And one lady actually just commented the other day that we had 666 subscribers on our YouTube channel and 66 likes on our video. So she was commenting about all the sixes and just kind of funny. I love how you guys notice these things, because we don't. That's really cool.
Yep, that was all at the same time.
Yes. So with that note, just wanted to say welcome to our new subscribers and also our new followers on our Facebook page. You've certainly joined in at a great time. It starts to get exciting in the story now, so welcome, and hopefully it meets your expectations of what you expect Union to be like. It might not. It might be very different, but it'll be what it'll be.
Any more announcements?
Yes, I just wanted to also say with that, having more people, I'm getting a lot more messages, so it's taking me longer to reply to you all in private message. So just know that I will get to you. I used to be able to do it within 24 hours. Now, number one, with more messages, and number two, our summer has just been crazy busy and it's getting busier. Our schedule is just getting lots of busyness going on, so I'm not able to spend as much time as I used to.
Just like most of the rest of you, we like summer. We get out and do other things.
Yes.
And it takes us away from our usual midwinter game of hiding inside and just trying to stay warm. So
Exactly.
we're distracted and enjoying summer like most of the rest of you, and it's all good. Don't worry about us. We will eventually catch up.
We will, yes.
I say we, but I'm still working that crazy job that's got me going for almost 12 hours every day. So she will catch up with you. I will offer the odd word of encouragement.
And with that, one last thing is in terms of our busy schedule, we wanted to mention to you, in case you have the time tomorrow or want to connect later, we are going to be guests on another twin flame couple who have had a 30-year journey. Ours has been 20, theirs was 30 years. So just wanted to mention that in case you either want to watch it as it's, or not watch it, I guess listen to it as it's live, or on the replay. They do have question and answers, so we'll actually be able to answer questions live for people that call in. So we did post the information on our Facebook page. We'll also link it with this video. But just so you know, it's called, I have to read it because I can't remember quite what their name is. It's Twin Flame Divine Fire is their radio show, and it's on TFR, which is True Frequency Radio. And the people that are interviewing us are Alan and Sandra. So we look forward to hopefully connecting with you guys, and we can answer some questions on the radio. That'll be super fun.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Just before Angie gets going, just as a comment in regards to the last video, it apparently did touch a couple of scary nerves that I was all willing to learn about twin flameism without having any thoughts about actually getting into union. I thought it was just something that we could just learn and understand about our special connection and just be casual, good old friends, because our time had come and gone. It's not a bad comment. It's just it sometimes takes time for people to realize exactly where they're at. And where they're at may be someplace they've never been before. Before we completely freak out, I do have an issue.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we do have a giant spider crawling around over beside us. Now, giant to us is like a quarter size. And, yeah, there we go.
We've sent him a little further down the road on his path. Neither of us are big spider people, so forgive us for freaking out.
So anyway, it seems to be a day for insects to be bugging us. Of course, spiders aren't exactly an insect. I don't want to get that one wrong. Okay, Angie, are you ready?
Going. Yes.
Okay, we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds before the next bug comes along. Go.
So this was a couple days after our last story finished. It was November 11th, of course, that we finished off last time. This is now November 13th, 2014 in my journal. And I said, my God, the amazement continues. Rob truly is awakening, and I am truly shocked. This AM, I was awake from 2:30 to 4:45 in the morning, thinking of him and surrounding him in a bubble of energy to help him sort and file, as he puts it, easier. So, of course, in thinking of him, I felt the need to text him at 4:44 in the morning. Ha! Crazy. He replied in the morning with more wisdom and spiritual awareness. Wow. Then this afternoon, while at work, I was having a bad Rob afternoon. Thinking of him, feeling him so strongly and missing him, just wanting to tell him that I love him because I needed to get the energy out before I burst from overwhelming emotions. I didn't want to text him though because A, being vulnerable, and B, to bug him or overwhelm him, especially since he was at work. So instead, I talked with him telepathically and asked him to text me just because I needed to feel his energy. When I got nothing, I was more persistent, and finally his soul said, I'm busy right now, but you'll hear from me before you leave work. So finally I calmed myself enough to focus on work and let it go. Rob texts at 4-ish. Holy crap, so cool. So I was just amazed at like, wow, this telepathy stuff really still works. And then we're going to just read a little bit from our text as to what we communicated.
Yes, we're still bouncing back and forth between journals and texts.
Yeah.
And text will be taking over more and more here shortly.
Yes, it will. Thank goodness. So I said to him in a text, I have some interesting stuff to share about twin flames and the timing of your text. Don't want to negatively affect the sort and file process with more info though. Let me know if you're ready to hear a bit more of the connection we share.
And then I said, sure, load me up a bit. I'll likely be away from my phone until 8-ish.
Load me up a bit. You're funny.
Oh, yeah, okay, load me up a bit. Mm-hmm.
So I give him another book, which I won't read the whole book. First of all, it was just explaining about what a bad Rob day was, so he'd understand when I explained that I was having a bad Rob day. So I shared with him how for the last 6 months when, I was getting all this information, that there would be days where I just really ache and miss him, and I didn't know how to cope, so I would just go drive and cry. So then I said, now today I was having a bad Rob afternoon. Hard to even explain, really. Just missing you and yearning for the beanbag chair, if you remember that we talked about in our last video. So I mentally asked for you to text me because I just needed to feel your energy. Then your text came in and I felt calm and centered ever since. As twins, we have an energetic connection that's strong, and that we can feel each other, talk to each other mentally, and hear each other on a subconscious level, and even on a conscious level when we become more attuned. I've had many of those experiences now, too many to share at this point because it might be too much, but I've come to learn to trust that they are real. It's kind of freaky, but really cool too. The night last week that I was pushed to tell you about us and the experiences between us on an energetic level is what finally convinced me to listen to that push, and I've been getting since June. It's overwhelming, but it's pretty amazing too. And then I said, God, please don't think I'm crazy. So here I am braving, risking sharing more with him and going, oh my God, don't think I'm nuts. And then you said,
Thanks for the story and the background. You have been spiritually stressed and locked up for a long time now. You are only starting to unwind. Just like going on holidays, it takes time to truly start to relax and recharge. We will put together the beanbag chair some evening of convenience. But it would be best to understand the feeling of vulnerable is natural. I feel somewhat vulnerable too, but I am more concerned for you. You are risking a lot, and the beanbag chair can hopefully give you the understanding that I'm here for you and we are here for us. Hug and good night. TF's love, Rob.
"Aw, are you all going, aw, because I am? Just even reading that now, all these years later."
So I just gave her a little text with a beanbag chair in it.
Yes.
So that she would understand that I understood.
Yes. So I wrote in my journal that night, wow, are you kidding me? This is so not the man I used to know, but oh my God, he's amazing. He's really, really, truly awakening. Wow. And I said, I was and still am blown away. He keeps surprising me and amazing me with his level of get-itness. So I was just like, are you kidding? Now, also, the next thing in my journal is more manifesting. If you remember from a couple videos ago, I was sharing how I was like writing everything I wanted for our future. And I was still doing this. Even though, things were happening, I thought, well, don't stop the energy now. So the reason I wanted to mention that is to remind you that we are creators. We are co-creators with Creator, God, all that is, however you choose to call that. So it's not really that we just sit back and wait for union to happen. Yes, there's divine timing. Yes, we can't force it. But we can put our energy into it to manifest what we want. So I encourage you, if it feels right for you, to do that. And even if it doesn't feel right to actually, go out and directly manifest, at least be aware and careful of your thoughts. If you're thinking, oh, this is never going to happen. Oh, my twin's never going to wake up. Oh, we're never going to get together. Those thoughts create. We are manifestors.
Don't discourage the positive side of the process.
That's a great way to put it.
Yes.
Yeah. So then I said, November 14th at night, I said, interesting experience this evening. No word from Rob this morning. Okay, no problem. I felt inspired to text him early this afternoon, and we're going to just read what I text. If we can manage the wind.
Yes.
I said, hello, I've been reading your last several texts to absorb all the wisdom from it, and I'm still amazed. Thank you for getting it and acknowledging my spiritual stress, vulnerability, and risks. Mostly, thank you for your wisdom. I'm here for you, and we are here for us. I put that in quotes because that's what he said to me. And I said, wow. A few texts ago, you said you intend to learn a lot from me. Well, ditto. I have a lot to learn from you too, Mr. Yoda Master. Because we had Yoda conversations. So I said, the things with Twin Flames is that we have the locks to fit each other's keys and the keys to fit each other's locks. I have part of the knowledge of our connection and you have the other parts. Together, we unlock the sacred truth. So I was just trying to let him know that he was sharing a lot with me too, and I was benefiting just as much as he was.
The locks to keys and keys to locks, and together we unlock the sacred truth. You know, she tells me that I was coming along and getting lots of stuff. I would like to give Angie a compliment for her level of get-itness.
Oh.
That's a new word. Get-itness. Don't ask me to spell that one. But that is just a little bit profound. It does talk about the synergistic relationship of how the two souls can work together to accomplish more than just the individual souls on their own. Together, they can accomplish.
And I like the word synergistic. That's very much what it is. Yeah.
That's another one I'm not going to spell.
Yeah, that one's challenging. So then back to my journal. After I texted him this and I hadn't heard back, I said, all afternoon I started getting worried, thinking that last night's intimacy was too much. After I finished work, I came to meditate to calm myself. I talked with Rob's soul and asked if he was okay or scared. He said he was fine and not scared at all, that he's never run from me. I was the runner and the scared one.
Well, okay, so true. But not completely.
No, that's true. There were times in our way past where you ran too. We both shared the runner phase.
But hang on. Had we talked about running and chasing at that point?
In way back, like 17 years ago? Or?
No, at this point.
No, this is happening in my meditation. So this is on a telepathic level. Yeah. So yeah, telepathically, he's saying that he was not running. I was the one that was the scared one. So he said, I said, he was so kind and so loving, saying, feel my arms around you, loving you, and feel me here. Again, this is all telepathically, energetically.
The reason I'd asked that question is I had always considered Angie to be someone who would run away from being close, based upon what we had happen to us back in 1997, 98.
Yeah.
I had not heard the term chasing yet, but runner had already been in my mental vocabulary.
True. So yeah, you were saying telepathically to feel your arms around me. So I breathed and calmed myself enough to feel his love and allow him in. He reminded me, now this is cool, this is where telepathically and 5D wise, they are so wise. He reminded me that because we are mirrors, if I have a fear, he can't get through to me physically until I clear my energy. So I let go of my fear and that I had scared him away and centered myself. This all happened in maybe 10 minutes of time frame. Literally, and I put that in bold letters, as soon as I was ending my meditation, now that I had let go of the need for him to text me, my phone went off. Wow, so cool. This was at 7-ish, and it was him saying he'd had a crazy busy day. Amazing. So the key is to stay centered, stay grounded, and stay present to me. Okay, I'm getting it. This is really, really cool. So here, I'm just starting to understand all this twin flame stuff too, and the dynamic that we share and how to make it work.
It's one thing to have twin flame knowledge. It's another thing when it's actually present with both people and it starts to kick into gear, because it's a whole new learning experience all over again.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between book smart and street smart.
Yes. Oh, that's a great way to put it. Totally. Yes. Practical knowledge now.
Now I'm starting to fall off the hill, so I got to adjust. Now I'm going to put my feet in discomfort, and in about 10 minutes, I will move again.
So this is what you
better.
had texted me, and you texted at 6:45 p.m.
Yeah.
So I texted him at 1:30. I hadn't heard all day, and that's why I was like, oh my God, did I scare him away again? And then you texted in the evening and said,
yeah, tough day, tired, work relentless, but 7:38, that was my number.
Yeah, you had to put another license plate in there.
And a bunch of smileys.
So here I am, feeling all insecure again, feeling like, oh my God, I've scared him away, I've said too much. And it was just that he'd had a busy day. So isn't that so interesting how we are as twin flames? We're always trying to read the negative, the most worst thing of, oh, they're not talking to me because I did something horrible. What if it's just because they got other stuff going on? Just real
life just gets in the way.
Yeah. So then you now said,
okay, I'm mostly alone now until 8. Text away. I got to be careful how I ask for that, because it could be book time again.
Well, this is exactly what I said. I said, okay, so I have permission to text away, do I?
Yeah.
You think I got another book of info to share? LOL.
Based upon past performance, yes, LOL. I will be...
you can do that if you want.
Okay. I will be sporadically here.
And so then I said, as for another book, yeah, I got one. Or 2, or 3.
Or 3.
He was getting used to my long texts. I said, but I'll give you sort and file time before piling on more.
I'm okay for now. Once I get completely past the initial impact that we're going to embark on an unending and conscious continuance of our journeys together.
Do you want to read that again? Because that was amazing.
Once I get completely past the initial impact that we are going to embark on an unending and conscious continuance of our journeys together, the progression should accelerate. Aligned effort will push the envelope even faster. Acceptance is our key. Actually, many similar keys to similar locks. We need to understand each other better so that we do not trip up each other's energy. The beanbag chair and time together is becoming crucial. Hug. Good night.
It just still melts my heart when I read these. So I said, okay, so having read for a second time, I have questions now. What's your vision of progression of our unending and conscious continuous of journeys together? In other words, I'm like, okay, so you know that we have a connection that will last forever, is how I'm interpreting it, but what do you mean by that? What do you know that I don't know? So I never did get an answer to that, and then the next morning, or actually it was the next afternoon, at 3:15 in the afternoon,
I sent a message, just having a missing you moment. Is that wrong? Remember, we're not in relationship yet.
Right.
We're just in discovery of twin flameism.
So I said, aw, Cheshire Cat grin. Well, if it's wrong for you, if it's wrong for me too. Maybe it's right?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go, yeah, things are changing. So I said, I've taken several big risks in the last week, and you, us, and the beanbag chair have been there to catch me when I jumped off the cliff. And then I put in brackets, still grateful. So it's your turn. Take a leap and trust that we'll be there for you to catch you. In other words, I'm saying like, hey, you open this door about our continuous journey. I want to hear your thoughts. So tell me more. And then Rob starts writing the book.
Okay. With my old phone, I had limitations. So I said, I get 765 characters per message. That is a limit I stick to for now. Unending journey. We will be learning and experiencing the ways of our Creator from now until we pass on to the next life phase. This is very much like a marriage-style commitment of enlightenment, etc., that our souls can share and trust in. Karmic 2 and Karmic 1 in my life, Karmic 1, who would also do anything to be my wife, would be quite upset if they realized just how tight I am to your existence. It really does encroach on whether my heart is 100% available to anybody when I have gone through the route of having you as a TF. A bond closer than soulmate, in my books. With these new balances between my karmic 2 and my karmic 1 and yourself, just friends as per the rules of being fair, it's going to be a challenge for me now. How can the heart stay in its place and not follow the soul?
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
I believe that we have come to Earth, and we are much more aware than even after a lifetime of learning or perceiving. It's like life is designed to gauge, not test, where our core of our soul is. The challenges in life are meant to cause the soul to show its true center, and after life, we get to see and reflect on whether our soul needs more work or if life's lessons have brought out a new center to be adopted. Having your life flash before your eyes is more like a first impression, and the soul is reconnecting with its cumulative history of existence, just like writing a new chapter to a book. I have no privacy at home, very often, to text my free will. Leaving work will often shut me down for the night. To read a text quickly once at home will often happen, but replies will take too long. Once again, this is likely good night. I may review any messages before opening my garage door, which announces my arrival to home. Hugs and thinking of you, Rob.
So I said, thank you. I now have permission from above, or the soul of us, not sure who, to give you more insights, more to follow. So again, because I was saying last time that I was very much guided, that I could only tell him after he either shared stuff himself or if he asked for it. I was not to kind of tell him too much at once. So yes, here comes some big books.
Woo!
I have that one, if I can do this right.
Yeah.
There's a big lag in our video. I hope it's not going to be like that in real life. We're going to find out. So what I was basically just sharing is how I learned that I was an empath in terms of when Regan's son was living with us and all the experience I had and how I discovered being an empath and highly sensitive and how that then woke me up to all of this telepathy. I shared how he had his first telepathic connection with me, that I was just innocently sitting on the couch and he starts talking to me. Then I shared how we had astral travel and how he would come to me and I could feel him energetically. Then I shared about his karmic and my karmic, how they gave us to each other as babies and kind of handed each other over to us.
This is pages and pages.
Pages, yeah. So there's another one.
There's another page.
There's
third
another
page.
one.
Okay, load me up.
Poor guy, he said, load me up. I took him seriously.
I actually have no recollection of when I ever had time to read all that. I think I read a couple of paragraphs and then would put my phone down and continue on with whatever I was doing.
But you did read it because you commented. So
Yeah.
you read it and processed it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to miss anything.
So then I was even sharing with him where I was at in terms of my relationship, that we were pretty much just roommates now. Everything was amicable, but we were in separate bedrooms and, no connection, no intimacy going on. So then I said, your text tonight told me you're ready and it's time. You recognize the twin flame union is like a marriage. Yes, it is a marriage of one soul split into two, uniting with itself again. What does that mean for human/physical Rob and Angie? I don't know. All I know is don't force it, don't fight it, and allow. What will be, will be. I'm terribly sorry if I've overwhelmed you, freaked you out, or caused you distress. None of this has been my intention. Honestly, the only intention I've had in sharing all of this is to honor the call of my soul, the soul of us that's inside of me. So then you said, I kind of crossed out.
Okay. Do not be concerned. I am okay with all that you have shared, and you have suffered absolutely no damage. Please understand this. It is me that is in a bit of turmoil from your last few texts. Yeah, there was a ton of information. It's hard on a newbie. I'm not distressed or sad, but I am at a bit of a loss as to how to proceed. I am overloaded, but happy that this is all airing out. This information allows nearly every possible outcome to be considered. I'm torn between sociological correctness, good soulful choices, and absolute honesty and openness. More next text. I don't know if it's serving a purpose, but it could be stopping mean?
Okay, I'm concerned that it's more overheating our computer, and that's why we have a lag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Okay, then you also said all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have
Yes,
your
I
own
did.
book.
I did. I had a whole book here.
Yeah?
Just because the page stopped didn't mean I wasn't done booking. My soul has a request that causes my head and heart nothing but concern. I would like to gamble a bit. Heart and soul and head all think from different perspectives. I think that you and I should lay all possibilities out there for discussion. No holding back. I say if we are scared, say it. If we are in a disagreement, admit it and stay true to the reasons. If we are sad or mad, say it. No holds barred. If we have feelings of romance or hot passion, be truthful and descriptive. I don't know where I got descriptive from.
I was going to say
Wow.
descriptive.
The point is, there's probably 12 plus paths for us to continue on with, and that 100% shocking truths will give us some boundaries to grow from. I cannot see the future from this new viewpoint, but I can say that nothing is impossible. My karmic and I are sort of okay, but our best days are certainly past. Now we have shared that both of our relationships that we are in present are not perfect. Now, running late. I love you, my TF.
So I got an I love you again. Oh boy.
I think I was starting at this point to understand that this feeling, this understanding of TFs, that these feelings were not just something you could just shove away onto a back shelf. There was thoughts, there was starting to be feelings of not longing, but not physical longing. How about just being together, communicating more longingness that were absolutely going to be very, very hard to deal with long term. And I was starting to be concerned where I was going with my own thoughts. My thoughts of just friendship, I could start to see them not working.
Yeah. And remember too, we awaken slowly. So it's not like it's just a snap and one day you know everything. So for those of you that were kind of triggered by our last video and Rob just thinking, okay, this is like a friendship that will have this special bond. Now he was starting to awaken more as I was being guided to share more. And he was starting to realize, okay, there is a connection here, like he shared, like a marriage type bond.
Yes.
So you were remembering more stuff was coming. So I said, okay, I'm just heading out for the evening myself. So more later. Thank you for all you've said, and mostly thank you for the I love you, as I've been yearning to tell you the same all day. I love you too.
Aww. Okay, we are okay. I really think that we need to see each other soon. Either you or I both really need a hug.
Yeah. So then I said, good night, sleep. Oh no, that's you.
Then yes.
Yeah,
Then
that's
I
you.
said, good night, sleep well, be at peace. We have much to learn, and about all we have introduced into our lives. Time will refine our path. Rest peacefully. Love, Rob.
So there's more love happening now. Now, I'm going to just show you this, and then I'm going to read it all. It is a bit of a book again. Again, the dark stuff there is all me. I want to read this so you guys know how the story starts to unfold and where our thoughts really were and what our intentions really were. I'm actually very proud of this text. It's not to say it's what happened, but I'm proud of where my mind was. So I said, thank you. This was, by the way, at 4:38 in the morning on November 20th.
Sleep deprivation.
Big time.
I think I was sleeping well, mostly.
Yes, you mentioned that somewhere. I said, thank you for your well wishes, but not at peace and not sleeping well. Too much torment. Trying to find words for all that's swirling in my head. Where to start? Seeing each other. Yes, yes, yes. So very much want to see you, want a hug, and want to give you a hug. But fear, concern. I've kept my feelings contained in a box for a long time, but now I've let them out, and they'll not go back in the box. One, because nothing goes back in its original packaging, as neat and tidy as it once did. And two, because my feelings have grown now that they've been given a voice, so they don't fit back in the box anymore. That's an analogy to say that I fear if I see you, I will get lost in your arms, in your embrace, and not want or know how to get out. Then what? Then the love gets way out of its container with no way of going back. That would be very okay.
Oh, keep going. I might have to deal with a critter.
That would be okay if we weren't both still in relationships, but it's not the case. Total honesty, no holds barred as your request, or as per your request. My love for you is starting to grow into its own, now that it's been given a voice. So far, because of only texting and not talking or seeing each other face to face, I've been able to contain that love somewhat, but don't know how I'd be able to do that if I was to see you. I feel magnetically drawn to you, and if I see you, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get my magnet unattached from yours. You guys understand the magnet very well. Biggest concern is crossing a line. I've been in an affair, and while it was only for a month, it was an affair nonetheless. And what's interesting is Rob shared in one of our dinners how you had a infidelity. So we
infidelity.
had both gone through infidelity.
Yes, with my first marriage.
So, bug on you too. We're just like, the bugs are attracted to us today.
I don't mind the six-legged ones. I can get rid of them easy.
Yeah.
This one's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's pretty. Iridescent.
Green iridescent beetle.
So I was very concerned about crossing the line because both of us had crossed lines in other relationships. So I said, it's not my desire to start or end a relationship like that ever again. I respect the five of us. You, me, us, as in like us together, your karmic and mine. Too much to go down that road. All of us deserve better. And I would never, never, never ask you to jeopardize your relationship. I wouldn't ask it of myself, so I would never ask it of you. While Regan and I have had our challenges, we've also shared a very deep love. He's a good man, and it would kill me to hurt him. So with all of that said, I don't know how to move forward. The predicament right now is exactly why I fought telling you for so long. This is not how I envision things playing out, and I hate knowing that I've caused you turmoil. You say you're at a loss on how to proceed. Yes, I understand. This is where I go back to don't force it, but don't fight it. But the fact is, while I don't want to force anything, I have to fight. I can't and won't allow you, me, or us to get out of control. You talk of, if we have feeling of romance or hot passion, be truthful and descriptive. As much as I'd love to, I think it's dangerous. It's bad enough that I yearn to feel your arms around me again. I don't think it's wise to just share descriptive details of how much I crave to make love with you, to be completely united with you again on all levels. I feel like I've made a big mess of things, and I'm so very sorry. I didn't want it to be this way. And you responded at 6:51 in the morning.
Yeah.
So early.
That was all very well worded. It is a mess, yes, but on the insides of ourselves. I'm not quite in shambles, but I have not met you in person yet. We need to talk, to set boundaries, to be there for each other, and definitely not hurt or destroy each other. I have some faith that we can do this. Gotta go. Hug, Rob. Small chance, but I might be able to get out of work around 6:30 today. That would give us an hour to meet or talk. I would suggest Glenmore Park. Yes. Here. I gotta have a good day first, and that is unlikely. I figure a 25% chance. If not today, next Wednesday before I go to play badminton. Also, we got to remember, this is November. This isn't, let's go sit out on the side of a hill and have a chit-chat.
Yeah.
This is winter that we're talking about from our text.
Yeah.
So it wasn't near as nice as what it would be today.
So I said, okay, if you have faith we can do this, I trust you/us.
Us meeting again soon is a must. What we discuss with the meeting is up to us.
And I said, I have mixed emotions about meeting, just trying to let it go and allow. Trust the process. Geez, that sound familiar? I say that a lot to you guys all the time. I was saying it to myself back then. I have a few ground rules for when we do meet, though.
We must understand that at any given time, we may be both under control, or we may both have one or both of us feeling uneasy. I offer this understanding to you. If we are uneasy, let's not meet. I would like to extend a gentle disagreement in principle on one idea. You have not gotten us into anything wrong. What we have done is share nothing but ideas. Ideas are private. So far, it's between us and Creator. I'm in total agreement that these conversations we're having are extremely intense and they have multiple embedded dangers. I appreciate your caution. Hug.
And I said, I don't know if it's uneasy so much as scared. Scared of my feelings, scared of doing something I'll regret, scared of hurting you, hurting me, hurting others. And head, heart, and soul are just so mixed up. I had it all together, but now I don't know which way is up. I feel like I've just come off some crazy spinning ride and trying to regain center again. If it works in scheduling to me today, we'll do it. It'll be what it'll be. Gee, does that sound familiar?
Yeah. What will be, will be.
That's a Dio-ism. I need to trust, but ground rules must be set first for both of us. And thank you for being so kind. You are such a good person.
I said, sigh, boundaries. Yes, hugs. Yes, handholds. Yeah, maybe short kiss.
And, what did I say? So I said, well, I don't know how you do it, but even if I'm feeling all messed up and stressed, you can still make me smile and laugh and blush. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay, in all seriousness, hugs, yes. Handhold, yes. Snuggle, yes. Same as hug, really. Kissing of any sort, no.
Miss Boundaries. Yay for Ange.
And I put in brackets, short turns into long, and it's both our weakness.
Yes.
I'm glad I read my journals a while back, and I know our history is fairly fresh in my head. We are dangerous the minute we kiss.
Yes.
Want to, but so don't want to cross lines. Bad lines. Bad lines.
Yeah.
In other words, I remember all the times we had broken up,
Yeah.
and I'd come to
Snuggle,
your apartment. And
kiss, all kiss, blown up night.
completely. So I'm like, boundaries. We must have boundaries.
And I said, boundaries accepted.
Okay, so I said, just an FYI, be patient with me. If I'm kind of stupid silly, like I was on the phone last week. That was the 11/11 day when we had chatted on the phone and he was having his whole huge awakening. So I said, lots of emotions are running through me. Nervous, excited, scared, and I'm most me in writing form. So the me you might experience through texting is who I may not be able to be tonight. I'll do my best. Now, what I liked about what I said there is because I had grown so much since we had known each other 20 years ago, or at that point, 16 years ago, I knew myself. I knew who I was. I knew how I could behave or would behave. You know, when we were together back in 97, I didn't know myself. So I didn't know how to give him any sort of warnings of, hey, I might be this way. I might be feeling like this. This is where all the growth and the time and separation is so beneficial because we get to know ourselves. We get to find out who we are, what makes us tick, and how to be balanced. So I was just warning him that I'll do my best to be all of me, but I might not be able to be. And then you said,
Please forgive me if I'm too serious or occasionally come out with a naughty edge. My intention tonight is to instill some confidence, if we can. The last thing I want to do is leave you or me in a mental mess to manage. We have had enough of that already. I will be leaving soon, and if all goes well, I'll be there 6:35 to 6:40. I just had a wave of nervousness or something like that. I will get to see you again. Oh my God, for real. I just have to move again. You might have noticed that I was looking away a little while ago. Something equivalent of a horsefly walked away with a chunk of the back of my leg.
I'm jumping over bugs now. Wow, this is like the buggiest spot we've ever been. Okay, so I said, leaving shortly myself. And then I put in quotes from his comment. I get to see you again. And I said my very same thoughts and same feelings too. And then I said, this is ridiculous. I'm 40 and I feel like I'm 14.
Yeah.
Okay, now before you get to read your stuff, I have to read in my journal again.
Okay.
Okay, this is where it gets exciting. Okay. So, I wrote in my journal, before we read what happens when we met, I'm going to just say some stuff from my journal. Unless, do you want to like just talk from memory a bit about what we...
Go ahead.
Okay. So I said, well, we did end up seeing each other tonight, and it was good. We were both so nervous at first that we were shaking. We hugged and held hands, but I couldn't feel him, his energy. It took a long time for me to finally calm down enough to be. And then I felt him. It was wonderful, and I felt him most when we were just sitting in his truck and held hands. I could really feel him, his soul, his essence, his energy. We had agreed on boundaries before we met, and of course we broke them. How could we not? I feel okay though. I don't feel guilty or stressed or even giddy. Amazingly, I feel very calm, very centered. Rob, on the other hand, texted me shortly after we left, and he's all giddy. So funny. I have peace, and it's lovely. So now this is what you did.
A million thank yous for tonight. You will be in my life forever. I have not been so happy in many years. Okay. Some switch somewhere exploded on the inside of me. Oh my God, I'm gushing. We are okay. Tell me more about our twin flame connection. I'm not so stressed. I hope you are not overwhelmed or upset. Now I'm worried that she's overwhelmed and upset. Yes, where we crossed our boundary was a kiss.
Yeah.
I will stop kissing you if you feel that that is best. I need another 10 hours to talk.
So we're back to our many, many years ago, how we could just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and now we were yearning for that again. So yes, despite all the rules, you know what it's like being a twin flame. You know that magnetic pull. Once you are together, head is gone and soul takes over, and our souls goes over.
They said together.
Yep. So I said, oh my God, you're so funny. I can't stop laughing. I'm sitting here in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I can't even get out of my car because I can't stop laughing. Yes, we are okay. And I love that we are twin flames and share such a fascinating connection, because you say what I'm thinking before I say it. And you still do, all the time.
I do lots.
Yes. Just as I started driving away, I thought to myself, I have to tell Rob more about us as twin flames. And here you are asking for more information. So cool. Then I said, oh, you said.
I'll calm down eventually.
And I said, thank you too. I truly do love you. I love your soul. We are blessed to share this special gift, and I know we will nurture it, not damage it. I am at peace, not afraid.
You just did it too. I was just starting this text with be at peace. Had to start over. Because she said just to be at peace.
Yeah, or that I was at peace.
You were at peace.
So here we were having what we now call all the time twin flame
moments.
They were starting just from being in contact and sharing energy and having the connection. So I said to him, welcome to Twin Flame Land. I want to start practicing our telepathic skills too. And then I said, I'm so glad this doesn't scare you. And you said,
right there. That's all I said?
Yeah, that's all you said.
Sometimes I'm not a man of many words. I said, good night. That would almost be a record short text
No
for me.
kidding, that would be. So then in the morning, I text him. No, actually, you texted him.
I started out the next day with, good morning. Okay, second record shortest text. At least the last one had a smiley face after.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm calm, stunned, or just exhausted. I'm just so flat this morning. Feel good though. Relaxing. Hug.
And I said, I still have my Cheshire grin. I feel happy, calm, centered, very much at peace. Happy. Oh, did I say happy? LOL. I wasn't sure if I'd wake you, or no, I wasn't sure if I'd wake feeling like, what the hell happened?
Bleep.
Or thinking that it was a dream. But I feel neither. I just feel calm, centered, and very, very much at peace. You feel flat. At least it's relaxing and not stressing. Smile. I woke up this morning, slept better, with a message from Spirit. Me, you, us, them, I don't know who, just Spirit. Spirit likes to talk to me in songs because music is my love and feeds my soul. So I woke up with the lyrics from Tony Braxton's song called Just Let It Flow. And it was all about let it flow, let it flow. Everything's going to work out right, just let it flow. So in other words, I felt that that was Spirit just saying, it's all good, don't stress, just let things flow as they're meant to. And then I said, more to say. Sheesh, always more to say with you, but work beckons. More later. And then you said later.
Good night, my TF love.
Yes.
Obviously, I was accepting that our bond was very, very, very close.
Yes.
And it had only taken just a few days. And one meeting.
And one meeting, which was only, what, like an hour? It
Yeah,
wasn't that long.
no, not even quite an hour. We didn't have that much time.
No.
I was going home.
So, yeah, we had already started, just to be very honest, lying to our other people about where we were and what was happening.
Yeah, the old working extra late tonight.
And it wasn't because we wanted to be deceptive. It was because we didn't understand this ourselves, so we didn't know how to explain it to somebody else. Like, we didn't know how to say, hey, by the way, I have this connection with somebody else. I'm going to go meet with them and figure out what this is and what we do with it. We had no clue.
There's a few people who have commented that they're stuck in that right now. We didn't have any more of a clue back then, and nor would we now, than what we were doing. We were just trying to open up opportunities for education.
Yeah. It was really a hard place to be in because of that big long text I read. I didn't want to cross boundaries. That was why I didn't tell Rob for so long that we were twin flames. And here we now had, and it started an interesting ball rolling, which we'll share in our next videos. But it's just the way it happened to be. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It was what it was.
And all things have their start, and it was just, as per normal, one small step after another, one text after another, one meeting, realizations, asking to not be afraid to speak. It just started to grow. But it was, between us, it was growing very honestly.
Yes.
It was the rest of our world that we were still afraid to have any thoughts of disrupting. So a different tug-of-war started to happen.
Oh, huge tug-of-war.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll get into more of that in the next video. So for this one, we're going to leave you with that. So remember, as always, to connect with your twin, go within. We love you guys, and we'll connect hopefully in another week or so. Bye for now.
Have a good week.